These are the Adidas Climacool, and I wore them every day for 2 weeks. I have some thoughts. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into the actual video, if you can like, subscribe, and comment, any engagement at all really helps the video and the channel to get exposure, and I will be eternally grateful for all of the help that you all provide. But without further ado, let's get into this performance review. Now, right out of the box, these Climacool Climamogs or Climaclogs, whatever Adidas wants to call them, fit incredibly tight. Getting them on foot is a laborious process, but the more you wear them, the more you get them on foot and off the foot, they get a little bit easier to wear and a little bit easier to get on and off. My initial try on, I was a little bit worried they weren't going to fit just because it is a one-piece upper. I have a high instep, and so it was a difficult process. But at the expense of my feet looking like graph paper, they do begin to break in. They do get more and more comfortable with each subsequent wear. Now, underfoot, the 4D technology behaves similarly to what we see in traditional 4D technology, and that's because this is a 4D shoe through and through, except in this case, it's a one-piece upper. Now, underfoot, it feels comfortably firm, and what I mean by comfortably firm is that it actually has a comfortable, firm ride. It has a little bit of a give, a little bit of bounce, but it doesn't feel unstable in any way. I do love the way 4D technology feels underfoot. Now, I wouldn't say that I would recommend these for any type of athletic activity like basketball or anything like that, but I did put up some free throws and I wore them in the midst of that. And when the ball would just bounce off the rim or something like that, jogging to get them wasn't a big deal, and they felt pretty good underfoot with a little bit of bounce. Now, that isn't to say that Adidas and their partner in this 4D technology, Carbon, isn't planning that for the future. That is exactly what they plan. And even now, we have a Climacool shoe that actually has laces on it. We see the roadmap, we know where they're headed, and it's similar to what we saw in Boost technology, where it was intended for running and eventually adapted. Caged Boost, for instance, was adapted to basketball. So we know 4D technology, we know where it's headed, and I personally am excited to see that kind of be implemented in basketball shoes. Now, taking it a step further, we have the likes of Zellerfeld, who's collaborating with big companies like Nike and their Air Max 1000 shoes, all the way to small creators like Seth Fowler, and even their own line of custom shoes, something that has been typically reserved for gazillionaires and professional athletes and their custom orthotics. We have shoes that are actually being created for specific customers, where they're actually sending scans of their feet in and getting, again, custom made shoes. This is such an exciting prospect, and when you think about Adidas and their collaboration with Carbon, the future is really, really bright for 3D printing technology, 3D printed shoes, and in this case, 4D printed shoes that are coming from that collaboration. Now, in the past, anytime I heard the term 3D printing, I always thought about the hobbyists in their basement or in their garage creating little knickknacks and gadgets that they needed. And those gadgets always used harsh plastics and things that weren't very pliable. But today, we have the Adidas and Carbon collaboration that is utilizing a UV-cured resin polyurethane that is very stretchy, it's very durable and things like that. In the 2 weeks that I wore them every single day and doing all kinds of things, playing basketball, doing some gardening, walking around the house, going food shopping and things like that, things that normal people do every day, I never had once a thought that these were gonna rip or fail on me or break or anything like that. So I think these are a very well-crafted shoe. They're actually pretty affordable at $140. All things considered, and considering the technology themselves, an incredibly affordable shoe that I imagine will become more and more available to more and more people in the future. Now, when it comes to the packaging, I thought we were gonna get something a little bit more exciting, considering the groundbreaking nature of the Climacool, Climamog, or Climaclog. They actually went with a very, very understated packaging experience. It's just a traditional Adidas box, and they're coming in a foil type of bag, similar to what you would see from the Fear of God collaborations with Adidas. Other than that, there's no frills, no kind of like loud gimmicks or marketing or anything like that. It's a very understated packaging experience, but I think what I expected is something a little bit more loud, a little bit more futuristic, because the shoe is so futuristic and, in my opinion, groundbreaking. But that would just about do it for this video. I have honestly enjoyed my time in this shoe. I have worn them more times than I haven't, beyond the 2 weeks of everyday wear. They're a fantastic shoe to wear around the house. You can actually dress them up a little bit with a nice pair of pants. They kind of like just fit every occasion, and whether it be leisure or going out or things like that. So if you are considering getting a pair and have the ability to get a pair, absolutely get them. I would recommend getting them a half size up. At this point, the sizing is pretty weird, it's a little wonky, and is very limited. So whatever your traditional size is, go half size up or even a whole size so that they fit comfortably and you don't have graph paper on your feet. But if there's anything you would like to know or anything I missed on the Adidas Climacool, please leave a comment. If you liked this video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. But if you really, really liked it, please hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend who might be interested in this type of content. Thank you all for watching, and you have a great day.